What's up, guys? Welcome back to another IMBG Podcast. My name is...
Wait, welcome back? What if they haven't been here before?
Well, welcome to the IMBG Podcast. This is episode number 3 for...
No, it's episode 3 or 4.
This entire time?
What? Well, if they've been... Welcome back, and welcome, if you've never been here, to episode 3.
What if they've been here the entire time and they never left?
Welcome back to the continuous episode that you've been watching for 4 hours.
That you've never left. You just sit here on Mondays and repeat it until the next Monday.
That's amazing.
What if I'm watching this?
So,
am I welcoming myself to this?
We do actually have listeners, because I already told you, somebody actually asked us to mention something on the podcast. We're taking requests.
Viewer requests.
God, fan mail?
Fuck.
Sounds like too much work.
Yeah, we do have male fans.
We only have male fans.
All right.
I do not know of one female fan.
All right, let's jump right into it. Right now, this week, Activision is focusing on microtransactions, and there is a little bit of a controversy on that. Destiny 2, a patent was released from 2015 where they are supposed to be implementing a system where lower-level players will actually be paired up with higher-level players with great loot to incentivize them to purchase the higher-level loot or more just commit more microtransactions so that they feel validated when they actually utilize it.
Like, welcome to gas. It's literally been going on since, like, the 80s.
Gas?
Yeah. Games as a service.
Yeah, that's stupid as hell. Yeah. I think that's one of the most terrible things in the industry, period.
It 100% is, but it's hey, you put it into a game, and it doesn't work. People fucking hate it, but they're still going to play the game because they can just ignore it. You put into a game and it does gangbusters like Overwatch, or people buying like skins all the fucking time. You're literally set for life and you never care.
Yeah.
So it's like game companies look at it and go, oh, so we just put it in every game. It just takes one to make it and we're set.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it's in everything, and that's why it just makes money.
Yeah, that's I understand that. It's just the part about them pairing players with higher level or better looted players just to encourage microtransactions. That's where it gets started. Like, specifically pairing them with that. That's a little sketchy.
If you think about it this way, just take out the microtransaction part of it and just go, hey, we're pairing them with other people so they can see higher level loot, which makes them want the higher level loot, which make them keep playing the game.
Yeah.
I'm alright with it.
Same thing.
There's just a lot of controversy. There's not really too much discussion.
Unless they specifically said, yeah, we're using it to make people spend money to get more stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a new story.
I just like how you started that with, there's a little controversy about microtransactions. Like,
there's a lot.
The most, like...
There's a lot.
I don't even know how you would frame that and just be like, yeah, just a little controversy about microtransactions in games. Yeah. It's like, no, there's a shit ton. It's garbage. It needs to leave.
Oh, man, I can't wait to do my great, fantastic, horrible, what do they call when you stitch two bits together? Segues. So, speaking of controversy...
He has to make a segue for a segue.
Segue for his segue.
What do they call those things, in between bits?
Yeah, those things that you drive around malls that you kind of stand on.
Yeah, you see pretentious people driving them and you hope they crash. Segues. That's it.
So, the new, for the new controversy, Shia LaBeouf update on He Will Not Divide Us Season 7. They had a drone with a mini flamethrower on it trying to light the flag on fire now. Mm-hmm. New users are now saying new methods of glue, an accelerant, or a bomb on the drone. These guys are psychotic.
I like if we're trying to blow up a flag. Like, that's fucked up.
That's kind of funny, actually.
Awesome.
Like, He Will Not Divide Us is becoming my favorite new series. They should just have like a challenge, like American Ninja Warrior. It's just a He Will Not Divide Us blow up special.
But I like how it's like a game now, but it wasn't supposed to be.
I just like how blow up special implies that they did it multiple times.
Yeah. Speaking of blowing up, Nintendo's blowing up your phones. I love these segues. They're so stupid. Nintendo going to be blowing up your phone soon with Animal Crossing Pocket Go.
Oh,
what is it called? Pocket Camp?
Pocket Camp.
Yeah. Sure. I'm pretty stoked for it. I mean,
apparently it plays like Fate Go.
I don't know what Fate Go is.
Well, you're going to.
Okay. I'm kind of excited for it. It looks like a watered down Animal Crossing, really. That's it. Yeah, they don't really have anything else for that.
That sounds like a lackluster opinion. It's like, yeah, I kind of wish they'd just give us a real Animal Crossing, but, whatever. I guess it's something.
That worked out so well for Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem. What the hell was it called?
Heroes.
Heroes.
Yeah.
It was all right though. It wasn't. The problem is it lost everything that made Fire Emblem.
I was gonna say the problem with it was a light version of the game it was based off of. Guess what this is? The light version of the game was based off of.
Yeah, no, but it's a little different because like.
So would you say it's like a shadow of its former self type deal?
No, I think it's gonna be a shit.
Because
show.
speaking of a shadow of its former self, NeoGAF is back online.
Yeah, it is.
Get ready, crappy segues every single segment. I can't wait. Yeah, NeoGAF's back online. There was a statement issued talking about the sexual harassment claims and why he closed it down and why his moderators left and why everyone's freaking out.
There was just one statement for all those.
I can tell you right now, if
It
you
was
go
a really long one.
if you go check out the statements from him, the whole thread is just people getting banned after the statement. It was actually pretty glorious to just see people saying "fuck you" and then there's just a ban on it. Good night.
I don't even know if they could hear that.
I don't know if you can hear that. We're saying good night. All right. Do you have a topic right now?
I have a couple topics, but they're kind of
Okay.
I forgot to look up the list for the one of them.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep going then.
Because I was gonna do that, and I literally told him I was gonna do that. Then we got distracted doing other stuff.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Speaking of not doing things, the one guy who reached out to us to actually ask us to just talk about it even briefly to our 15 people that actually watched our last one.
15 people watched our last one?
That's
amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Alright, I got the list.
CSIO Realism Controllers, they're like simulation controllers, has been selling their products and then not delivering them. There's actually a lot of controversy behind them right now. A lot of threads opened up, a lot of customers complaining. Our guy, we'll call him Joe, ordered his back in February.
Yeah.
It was just a shift knob for $150 that he still has not received at this point in late October, almost early November here.
Yeah, he
What
probably
are they-
deserves it. They sound sketchy.
Are they like peripherals? Like what?
Yeah, it's simulation gear for your gaming system. So imagine like steering wheels, controllers,
Oh, okay.
different things like that. But yeah,
Guns.
CSIO Realism Controllers, yeah, do not purchase from them.
I've never heard of them,
Whatsoever.
so
Or
I mean,
do if you don't care about money.
Well, the worst part is it's like they're not even canceling your order. And canceling, speaking of, I love doing these. They're so much fun. Another single-player Star Wars game was canceled.
single player.
Single-player.
Singleberry?
Stingleperry.
Matthew Perry?
Stingle Matthew Perry. Another single-player Star Wars game was canceled. The studio Visceral that was working on it
Visceral?
under EA. Visceral?
Did you say visceral?
Yeah. Visceral?
Visceral.
My bad. Visceral Studios was shut down by EA. This is a short one. EA is just to work on a new Star Wars experience.
Well, you know what's good about them shutting that down? Because no one has to give a fuck anymore. Because you know what's going to be back for the Xbox One X?
Oh, Jesus.
Xbox backwards compatibility.
Oh, yeah, you told me this was going to be
Yeah.
pretty fucking awesome.
And get ready for this great list of games that you get to play.
Oh yeah, you told me the list is fucking.
Is it bad?
This list is
stupid.
fucked. It's all over the place.
Go for it.
So all these preferences, they will be games that if you have the physical disc, you can literally just pop it into your
Like your
Xbox
Xbox
One.
One.
Yep.
Or
And
the Xbox original.
It'll just play it, and they will be at a higher resolution and actually run better than they did before. So going down the list, we have great games like Black.
That was a good game.
Black was great.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It had-
For its time period, it was
It
great.
had no story. The story was, I'm a gun guy.
Yeah.
Go do gun stuff. Gun stuff!
You like Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
But at least the story of that is, hey, there's a war, go fight stuff.
No.
This is literally,
I can't.
you're a gun guy.
No, yeah.
Go
I can't-
gun stuff.
I can't say anything because I love the Black Ops storyline.
Blood Rain 2.
Not one.
Not 1, 2.
Okay.
Crimson Skies, High Road to Vengeance.
Okay, terrible.
Actually okay.
No, terrible. I hate Crimson Skies. They're good, but they're
I
terrible.
never played them.
Dead to Rights.
Okay.
All right.
But
Ninja Gaiden
but-
Black.
Wait, Dead to Rights, but not the second one, by the way. Fuck finishing the series. You can go back and play that low res shit.
That's fine.
Ninja Gaiden Black.
All right.
Okay.
Fusion Frenzy.
Never played it.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
Isn't that also a sequel to something?
It's also on Rare Replay, which you could already play on your HD console.
Shut the hell up! I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that. Yeah.
King of Fighters Neo Wave.
I don't know
Which
one
who
that
cares?
is.
It's a King
Yeah.
of
So-
Fighters.
No, you know what's fucked up about that? That's a fucking, like, proof of concept demo.
Awesome.
It was literally so they designed it, so they go, hey, this thing works. We're gonna mess around with it so we get used to using. I think it's called the Thomas Wave engine.
The next one's good.
Hey, we're gonna do that, and then
you read ahead.
And then the next game goes, okay, we actually got to hang now. This is a good game. So the one before it's this super shitty.
So it's
thing
like a
that barely
janky like proof
None
of
of it works.
concept.
Most people don't even have the disc for it because it's the fucking like proof of concept piece of shit.
That's
so
so
why?
stupid.
Then you have Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Everyone finally gets the new Prince of Persia game that they wanted for years, except it's Sands of Time.
I don't think I've ever
Next.
wanted one.
Psychonauts.
Okay, no, I'm down with that.
Wait, didn't they already remake that one?
Yes.
Red Faction 2.
Okay. Red Faction, I can see.
Sid Meier's Pirates.
Next.
And then for that, it's your Star Wars itch that you have going on there. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Just
Oh, I can see Knights of the Old
just
Republic.
the first one, not the second one.
Yeah, that's a little weird though.
But like, okay, we got like
That's a weird list.
we
Yeah.
got Knights of the Old Republic and like Psychonauts, and if you really want Prince of Persia,
And Blood Rain 2 is
and
on
like
there.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies, but we already have that.
I wonder if they share like some kind of weird common trait between them, like a disc
Maybe
trait
the disc
or
just
something.
like
Yeah.
Blu-ray or something like that.
Yeah.
Because you know how some of the old discs were blue on the bottom and some were clear.
But the best part is that a whole
I think
bunch
that was
of them
Sony though. I don't think that
you
was
can
Xbox.
actually
Yeah.
just purchase on the Xbox Marketplace. So there's no point to them actually doing that.
That's stupid.
Or if you own the game,
Unless-
you could just download an emulator and play them on that because
Yeah.
it's still technically illegal as long as you own the game.
All right.
So yeah, that's
You're
the
welcome.
thing.
That's how emulation works.
So they're pulling up dead games for a dead system.
Yep.
So speaking of dying,
Arcade cabinets, am I right? Do you like
Oh,
arcades?
yeah.
You know those arcades that we have everywhere? You know those things that everyone goes to now?
I wish we had
That,
them.
that
why?
turns-
What's up? Why is this? Do you actually have? Is this a topic you're going
Yeah.
into? Okay, go
Oh,
for it.
okay.
Because I had one too for dying. Because we'll talk about more death after this.
So, you know how there's just
You and me
arcades
already
everywhere
talked.
and everyone goes to arcades all the time and arcades are awesome, right? Yeah, like there's tons of arcades. Everyone goes to arcades
Yeah,
all the
we're
time.
in the 80s right now. I remember that.
Yeah. Raw Thrills, a gaming company.
Yeah, I know Raw Thrills. So as weird as it sounds, I know Raw Thrills because they have a really good game called it's like Monster Truckin' or Dirty Driving. It's called.
So-
it's where it's pretty much Mario Kart with big fucking monster trucks.
So it's Crazy Taxi.
So they're
Yeah.
working on a brand new game.
Okay.
It's going to be a Ninja Turtles
Okay.
Ooh,
across generations beat 'em up.
Okay.
that sounds pretty dope.
It sounds pretty awome.
Till you
It's
find out
only
just a
going to be in an
cabinet.
arcade cabinet.
It's just an arcade cabinet. I had a feeling that was coming.
Well, I'm gonna buy an arcade game. no.
Listen, like I said, if I could get my hands on that Bomberman where you blow girls' clothes off, I'd buy it. But unfortunately, shipping a fucking arcade cabinet from Japan isn't gonna happen.
You need to make a really good Japanese friend in the shipping industry.
I gotta,
Oh, ni hao.
I gotta blackmail a poor Japanese
Nani?
man into shipping me an arcade cabinet.
So yeah,
So yeah, this just might be the death of Ninja Turtle games as we know it.
I mean,
Well, I mean-
they pretty much kicked that dead horse when they were starting to release the ones for the animated series that
Well,
they recently did.
They released Reshelled for PS3 and then they dropped it because they lost title rights for it and never renewed them.
Huh.
Have you ever played that?
No.
Yeah, they remade Turtles in Time and called it Reshelled. It was for PS3.
I didn't know
I
that.
actually own it.
That's sick.
But yeah, you can't buy it anymore. You can't play it anymore.
So Ninja Turtles
Can't
is
download
a
it.
dying franchise, and they got an arcade thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
To revive the dying franchise with a already dead medium.
You're just trying to use the word dying so you could segue
Yes.
back into your thing about dying.
Yes.
Yeah, like dying t-shirts.
Yes.
So speaking of dying,
Speaking of t-shirts.
PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, is dying.
Yeah, we all knew that. That's been dying for weeks now. Months even.
So the servers have been down constantly.
You can't really kill something that never really lived.
It went
It's
big.
in early access, though.
I know, but it went pretty viral for a while. The big thing is, even Kotaku reported on it, saying that the player base was complaining about lag, glitches, hackers. The servers are literally almost never up anymore.
They're dropping pros like fucking flies. Everyone's jumping to Fortnite.
Another big thing is like features that aren't implemented still months after they said.
Like the feature of being able to climb over things that they just added recently.
Vaulting.
Yeah,
yes.
vaulting.
It just like so
Like
people
last month.
Well, the big thing is players are turning to Fortnite because Fortnite has a smoother system,
And it's
better
finished.
servers, and it's an actual finished game. It's a mod on a finished game.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like the devs got really mad at them for making the mod, but they really can't. I don't want to say they slacked because they made a game and they do weekly updates,
Doo-doo.
but they do weekly updates as well. Just the problem is they're not timely enough. They need a larger team. They need better servers. They need to fix what
they
they've
have
made.
a massive
You mean they
team.
need to not make this team on a $0 budget?
Yes.
By ripping off Arma.
When they have freaking millions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And didn't they just open a whole nother studio or something like that, and all the devs are jumping ship and shit?
I wouldn't doubt it.
The
to be
rumor
honest.
mill?
Yeah. Shipping shit.
That's what the rumor mill's churning
I
out
don't know.
there.
There's rumors everywhere that they're never going to come out of early access because they leaked memos, yada, yada, yada.
Right, so they're just going to make another game and put it in early access, and people are going to be like, oh my god, this is amazing, and then they're going to buy it, and fucking 2 years later, it's still going to be in early access. They're going to drop that, make another one, do the same fucking thing over again. We're like, oh my god, it's fucking amazing, and do the same thing over again.
You know what else was leaked?
What?
The fucking GameStop Power Pass.
Oh, yeah. The
God, these segues are terrible.
60 for 6
$60
months
I'm
for
literally-
unlimited
$60
games.
for 6 months for unlimited pre-owned games.
Literally stuck between two of the worst segues ever. It's like you guys are just propped up on fucking... it's just
I
terrible.
love our segues.
It's just
Just
awful.
get ready. That's like
You're
that's
just-
going to be every
It's just
podcast. It's going to be
feeding off
shitty
of that.
ones.
It's just terrible.
That's pretty sick, though. GameStop is releasing a $60 package where it's unlimited pre-owned games for 6 months for the $60, and it's renting. It's not.
Yeah, it's one at a time.
It's a blockbuster.
It's
But
hard
it's
enough.
like-
Hey, remember GameFly? This is
Yeah,
GameFly.
But it's like you just get it, but from what it looks like, you don't have to give it back till you're done with it, so it's not like late fees or anything like that.
Right.
It's just like,
yeah.
here, you could literally have this game for 6 months if you want.
Here's my problem with that: is it's hard enough for me to already get pre-owned games that aren't fucking destroyed by some 2-year-old slammed up against the wall, because GameStop. And now it's like, oh, yeah, you're gonna let them pre-own the games and then bring them back like a 2-year-old slammed them against the fucking wall and then brought it back. And you're gonna put it back in a case. You're gonna put it in the back and be like, oh yeah, you want to buy this game? Here you go. Not let me see the fucking game until I pay you my money. And you're like, oh, I don't want this. And you're like, oh, too late. Sorry. And then you just walk away.
Yeah, I get you on that.
So I guess I'm just gonna keep buying my games from eBay. Fuck you, GameStop. That's it. No segue. Fuck you, GameStop.
Jesus. I mean,
I'm just
GameStop.
waiting for probably be like, speaking of fucking.
Well, no.
Speaking
like,
of fucking
I was just gonna
GameStop.
say, like, you can't really say fuck GameStop. GameStop is a popular company, kind of like the popular actor Mark Hamill.
Is he really
I
popular?
wish we could get a camera in here to see me just like churning and like cringe, just like.
Mark Hamill, actually, he just came out with a new short. It was pretty dope.
Is he the Joker?
He's the Joker himself, another villain, and like a police officer. Or no, and I forget what the final guy was. Another hero. But essentially, it's him getting kidnapped by the Joker and just doing a great little voice acting job around it, like kind of throwing his voice around everything like that. But it's for the new Justice League series, so it's a little short for that. So that was kind of just cool to kind of like just throw out there, really.
Is he dead yet?
Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
In
God, I
The
hope
Last
not.
Jedi, he dies.
Good.
Shit! Spoilers!
Spoiler alert. JJ told me. Damn it.
You got one for me?
Nope. That's all I got.
Oh,
That's
really?
really all I got?
Yeah.
Damn
Now
it!
you're gonna make your own.
I got a fucking ton of them! No.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh my god. Speaking
Go
of a ton of them, this game needs a lot of players. A ton of them, one might say, to stay in development.
Is it PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds?
It's actually called Dick Splash. Deck Splash.
Splash.
It's called Deck Splash. It's a Tony Hawk meets Skate meets
It's like
whatever
it's like
Surgeon Simulator.
Look at it this way.
Skate-toon?
It's Splatoon
with skateboarders.
skating. Yeah.
Yeah. It's by the.
yeah, I've seen that. It looks terrible.
It looks interesting. I even like.
It's from the dev Bossa who did Surgeon Simulator. The free weekend that's coming up for it is on November 2nd. They need at least 100,000 players during the free weekend to play it, or else they said they're just not going to invest time in it because they don't feel like it'll be worthwhile for them.
Good. So nobody play it.
I think that's freaking awesome, though, that a developer's actually doing that. Like saying, hey, if you don't show interest, then we're not going to keep making and give you a crappy game. We're not going
Right.
to tarnish it here.
It would be great if there's this website that, like, you could show that to them by, like, paying them money, and when they get enough money to show interest, they just make the fucking game. Wouldn't that be great if that were a thing?
That would
Let's-
be great.
let's talk
It'd be
about-
like
let's talk
Kickstarter,
about-
which November 14th, Kickstarter for Session once again has a demo this time, though. That was so funny. You
I was gonna say-
segued for me.
I was gonna say let's talk about like they could use Thunderclap. I think that's still a thing, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Crowdfunding in general is fantastic. Speaking of crowdfunding, no, I'm just kidding. But the big thing is,
What was that new one that's going around where it's like you actually buy shares in the company to give them money? So that when they make profits, you make
No,
profits?
that's kind of.
I heard about that. I don't know if that's.
It's some kind of tree.
I heard about it. I don't
It
know.
sounds
if
like
that's
a pyramid.
No, like
Very triangular and
it's
shit.
really for people who are like, it's not like, hey, you back this, like, oh, you give us $5, you get the game. Oh, you give us $10, you get a game
get
and a money in
lots
the
of
company.
money.
It's literally you go, I just have tons of money. I want to be an investor, but I didn't know you were a thing, so I couldn't contact you directly.
Yeah. It's like you want to buy shares, but you don't know that they're looking for someone to buy shares.
It's
Yeah.
kind of interesting, though.
It's a great concept.
It's weird. I don't know.
Tons of money.
I don't know conceptually how it works, like business-wise.
You probably just buy, like,
Because-
it's almost like, because it's not going to be on stock market, so you're not
yeah,
buying
you-
stock.
you can't
You're not
public
buying
stock
stock,
it.
though. It's not buying stock. You're just becoming an
just-
investor.
yeah, you're
True, yeah,
you're
you're
a
buying, like,
shareholder
shares in the
pretty much,
company, yeah. But yeah, to just kind of reiterate, Session, the new skate game for PC and every other platform.
Move on.
I know,
Next.
shut up. It'll be out November 14th on Kickstarter.
Oh my
Next.
god!
With a PC demo.
Jesus Christ!
Speaking of moving on, Nintendo can't move on.
It's
Or
the
at least...
GameCube controller support.
yeah, actually. That wasn't even really a thing. Maybe I put that on here. I don't know. Maybe.
Because I was telling him like about. You weren't here yet.
Oh, here, hold on. We'll save this. Rewind. This week in Nintendo news, there's GameCube controller support. Nintendo didn't even know they fucking did it until somebody told them.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. They didn't even know they had the code in the system until someone's like, "Hey, you could use GameCube controllers now."
They had no goddamn clue.
They weren't even trying to make it. They just did it by accident. They're like, "Oh, okay."
Good job, Nintendo.
Good. But can I play my Pikmins?
I don't know, not yet. There
Don't
has
give
been
a fuck then.
There has been a weird request though for the Virtual Console launch. Even like Mario Maker has been requested like a ton, which I can understand why they wouldn't release it yet because Mario Odyssey coming out, they don't want to get two Mario titles like kind of fucking with each other.
Right? Yeah, you wouldn't want to put too much Mario
Yeah.
out at once, so you only make Mario games for the next 15
Yeah,
years.
you gotta keep people jonesing.
Tell me Mario Maker for the Switch wouldn't do like pretty well though.
I don't care what
wouldn't.
it would do.
You don't think?
No, people have already done everything.
No, there's over like 15
Yeah,
bajillion levels.
it would take
you
like
could make.
1 trillion years or something.
Yeah,
I think they did the math
What
on
was
it.
Game Theory saying? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
it was.
so
You remember the Game Theory?
But
Yeah.
I mean, like every like challenge level has already been created. Like
Oh yeah.
people are just gonna look and go, "All right, man, we've done all this."
I don't know. If it came out for the
Alright.
Switch with a few more features, I'd pick it up because it'd be a fun little just on the go game.
Oh yeah, it would have to have a ton of new stuff. It wouldn't just be able to be in the same game. That it was.
Yeah,
I
I
would-
get you on that.
I would like another Paper Mario.
But I would like, if anything, if they did that, I would like just a basic virtual console that can just flash back and play games, almost like an emulator, but, you know, just native
I would
support.
like a crossover of like multiple franchises in the one game, but just make it an RPG. Make it Paper Mario with a bunch of crossovers.
I was like, so it sounds like Smash Brothers until you say RPG.
Yeah, I don't want any fucking like action games. I don't like Mario and Luigi Sagas were fun games. Why can't we just do like a giant crossover like that?
Eh,
Like Capcom did with Project X.
Eh,
eh,
eh.
eh.
Fuck you then. On to the next one.
Okay, I'll make Larry
Let
happy.
them keep making the same shit for 40 years.
I'll make Larry happy. This week in Larry news, they have tentacle body pillows for sale now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just proving my fucking point.
I saw that.
I mean, I'd buy a Cthulhu body pillow. I'm just saying.
It's not even Cthulhu. It's just
It's
one.
just
It's
a
a
giant
tentacle that
tendril.
just
One
goes up
giant
and you
tentacle.
wrap yourself around
Yeah,
the
it's
tentacle.
it's a big tendril. That's all it is.
All right.
I think they come in multiple sizes. Too.
Someone get on that. Make me a goddamn Cthulhu body pillow.
There's like cute Cthulhu's and stuff like that. There's stuff that
Nah,
No, I want the
some
super
rapey
gross
Yeah,
one.
Yeah,
like it's
you
gross.
want one that oozes and stuff when it's not supposed to,
Okay. So we heard.
And when it's supposed to.
and on
Both.
command.
So Mike, you had a topic you wanted to talk about that I wrote down. We're gonna call it "Are Gaming Names Terrible?" An expose from Mike.
Yeah, they are.
That's it. The end.
No, but like I was talking more about like gaming accessory names. It's pretty much just like Razer is the major like perpetrator of this.
Hey, we were talking
Where
about
it's
this.
like, oh man, I want to buy this Razer keyboard. You want the Death Adder, the Cobra,
The
the
Tartaros.
Mega Edgelord 5000.
Remember they had the Blackfin headset? That looked cool. It looked almost like an old like comms radio one.
For their headset, you have the Kraken.
But yeah, there's like
You have the Naga.
the Strafe. Like even like that's the thing. Even Corsair, the Glaive.
Yeah.
Glaive sounds fun. I'd be okay with that.
Like, every name is just trying so hard.
It's just trying to sound like so much better than this. If you just, it's like, oh, here's mouse number 400. You're good. There you go.
Well, like, with, like, even, like, the HyperX stuff, it's like, sure, it's like, okay, it's HyperX keyboard, HyperX mouse. Then you get into their headset, it's like, you have the Cloud.
The Revolver.
Then the Revolver.
The Cloud Tues. The Revengeance.
Well,
Like-
I mean, they gotta add names to them. You can't just call it, like, Corsair headset. Like,
No, just
Dude, they
just
call them
do what-
NVIDIA GeForce 1080s. I think I know what the fuck I have if I call it a 1080.
Yeah, but then, like, when multiple companies make it, like, when MSI picks it up, they name it something else.
Yeah, dude, you know what?
EVGA
You know what's in my
picks
system?
it up, they name it something
I have an
else.
EVGA 1080 super clocked because it actually has a statistic
Well,
on
like,
it. If they called it like the Corsair 5 button, I'd be fine.
The only company that actually does it
Fine,
well is fucking Logitech, and that's because they just don't give a shit. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
The
what's,
G30.
Yeah, it's like, what's the it's the G30, the G, whatever they want
The
it to be.
Orion keyboard even was like kind of like mellow for it. But yeah, it's just gaming peripherals and names are just
And then
terrible.
it's like,
Awesome.
we are right now in the time of the verb name.
Ferber.
yeah,
We have Ruiner,
Redeemer. That's another game that just
Redeemer.
came out.
Holy Redeemer,
Observer,
Observer, and Reporter.
Devolver.
Hey, whoa. Let's not rag on Devolver over here.
We're gonna rag on until I get my friend Pedro, and that's about it.
Right, like
This week again on the fucking podcast, we talk about how we still haven't gotten my friend Pedro.
what do you call it? We wrote this down when I was at work. In my news, Maine is just a crappy Boston. That's right, the state of Maine. Fuck you. You're just a shitty version of Boston.
This has nothing to do with video games.
No, yeah. I just remember-
Fuck you guys.
Geographical. Fuck you guys.
Fuck you and your lobsters.
That's right, Maine. You just got IMBG.
He's still high, guys. Don't worry about it.
I'm a little fucked up.
Christ.
I'm high off allergy medication. Oh, yeah. If you didn't catch our stream, I got high off allergy meds. Like, yeah.
Yeah, Ruhifnol.
High or, just stupid, whatever one.
Okay. Oh, wait, shit. This was supposed to be the Nintendo news.
He's really bad at Nintendo.
Also, Nintendo news of the month.
More Nintendo news! SNES Classics are getting restocked at Best Buy and Target very slow.
And they're sold out.
Okay. Thanks for buying.
I can't believe people actually buy those.
Hey, whoa. Fuck you.
You have a computer that can emulate it, right?
Oh, here we go.
You know that the NES is the exact same hardware. You just put all the
There
games
you go.
on.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you just build a fucking Raspberry Pi and they never shut the fuck up about building a Raspberry Pi.
I'm just
I
saying.
like apple pie.
Why would you spend a large amount of money and you could have a shitty?
Hold on. Why would I spend a large amount of money? Larry has said on stream, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm not taking it with me. Spend whatever the fuck I
Right.
want on anything.
Right on
I'll
shit
spend
that's
whatever.
valuable, not on something I can already have that's been around since the fucking 80s.
What the argument is? You're saying like, why would you're saying like, oh, Larry says he spends money however he wants, and you're like, well, then he says, well, you have to save money. Well, it's like he doesn't want to spend money on that, so he can spend money on the things that actually matter,
Yeah,
like waifu pillows.
Yeah, things that matter.
But that's totally fucking.
Big
That
booby action
is
figures.
totally based on yourself.
No, because you're spending money on
I
something.
don't want to buy nude figures,
Right, you don't have to.
so I buy that.
But why though? You already have it.
What?
Do you have a Dell laptop that was made past
do not.
1995?
You know
you
I-
can play that.
You know I don't open these, right? They sit on my shelf. I need more shelf.
But for what though? What are you gonna
I
resell
like-
it for?
I'm not reselling it
Then why have it?
because I like looking at it.
Do you need to keep a door open or a window maybe?
Do you ever? Wait, what are you doing with statues? You look at them. You like them. You put them on a shelf and you like them.
And I store them and I resell them if I have to.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
You said you weren't gonna resell it.
No, well, I won't resell it, but the most part, it's literally I put it on a shelf and I look at it.
Right. Why though?
All right,
And orcs make the best hand-to-hand combat fighters in Skyrim.
They don't have boobs. Why would you want them on a shelf?
This week's conversation, Larry's an asshole. An insider piece. Yeah, I worked with him forever ago.
This
So
just
that-
in the
that
SNES
episode will
Classic
be
doesn't
coming
have
out this
tits,
week.
so it doesn't matter.
How much did you cut out of it?
None of it.
I hate you. God damn it. It was pretty toxic.
I can't wait to watch
No, that's
it.
fine. I'll explain it to you later.
But anyway, speaking
Was
of
there a
toxic,
camera for that?
No.
Oh man, because I would have loved if they caught me
No, there
just
totally is.
awkwardly sitting there going,
As I'm literally just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But we'll move past that really quick.
Scoots to the edge of the couch.
Speaking of toxicity, this is actually one of our.
We already talked about NeoGAF.
This is one of our actual conversation pieces for the week that we can get our opinions in on.
Come on.
Is toxicity in gaming a curable issue?
No.
You want an actual answer?
Just anything.
Could I, theoretically?
So either theoretically by moderation or by just natural progression of video games. Do you think toxicity, to the extent that it's at now, where you're literally going into a server and you say hi and somebody tells you to kill yourself?
Here's my problem,
or I sit right next to you and you tell me to kill myself.
Yeah, because the problem is animosity.
No, it's not even animosity. It's so much more convoluted than that. The only way to stop it is to stop humans. So, can you stop humans today?
Well, that's what I'm saying, through moderation as well.
No, you can't moderate. It's impossible.
I mean, PC Gamer just surveyed a ton of indie developers. I think it was 400 or 500 developers on their thoughts on the issue. One of the biggest tidbits I picked out of it was that Valve
is considering.
Again, I'm talking about Valve, but
is considering adopting eugenics as a policy.
Well, no. Do you know how Steam as a platform has product pages? It has forums dedicated to each game, everything like that. Yeah, we found out the moderation team relies on 42 people to police a community of over 125 million users. 30 are volunteers and 12 are paid employees.
Yeah.
So, personally, I don't think toxicity is curable. Do I think we could ever evolve out of it?
No.
To an extent, no. I kind of think we could eventually.
I don't think we can.
I don't think it'll be.
I think
it's anytime soon.
I think it's not going to get any worse because obviously, have you seen the internet? It can't get any worse than where it is right now.
Unless you could actually go and kill somebody through their
it's just going to plateau until we can actually commit murder over the internet.
Yeah,
and then it'll spike again.
Once it plateaus, I wonder if people are just going to get sick of it.
No,
and just kind of move forward.
Well, have you seen?
The problem is,
it's seen
true,
the internet?
True. I get it.
It legit just comes down to hey, it's over the internet. This fucker can't do anything to me.
Yeah.
Go kill yourself.
It's just I don't know. For some people, it's an adrenaline rush. Have you ever read some of the articles about people that swat other people? They think it's awesome. They're like, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm like, you realize that someone could get swatted, they could break into their house and kill their dogs and their kids, and you think that's awesome? How fucked up is that?
No, I think swatting is one of the lowest forms of one of the lowest forms of trolling. Period.
It blows my mind that people think that's hilarious. They're like, oh yeah, I think it's awesome. We have forums spread out about it, and we talk about how cool it is. I'm like, I wish I could line you all up and then just do terrible things to you and make your parents watch.
You're worse. You're no better than them.
Right, exactly. But that's the only way to solve the issue is to just get to their level.
I think that level of toxicity is that. We'll call that extremism within the community, and I think that's completely
super
fucked.
liberal.
And
But I don't think it's going to be solved anytime soon. I don't think Trump's anti-bullying nonsense is going to do a fucking thing.
I don't think any anti-bullying
anti-bullying is
works.
just a way for us to bully people easier.
The big anti-bullying really just creates targets, in my opinion. You'll see more so people saying,
I just went on a huge...
fuck that seminar, that was just it. This person is a fucking loser.
I just went on a huge rant about this, by the way. I don't know if you've read the Facebook articles that I was posted about the whole hashtag movements being pointless, and it's just a whole...
Dude, it's
a whole bunch of people thinking they're Martin Luther King and Malcolm X's when they're just a bunch of Don Quixotes.
I don't know if you remember I don't know if you remember a few years ago with the whole was it Coney 20 or whatever thing that was going on, where everyone was getting up in arms about it. There was hashtags everywhere. It was all over Facebook, and it's yeah, it turns out that the guy just actually lied about everything.
Yeah. It's a bunch of bullshit.
It's literally nothing came from any of it. So many people were up in arms about it, and it literally just went...
Nothing happened.
No one cared.
Bracelets and shit.
That's the thing.
Hashtag movements don't work. They're fucking garbage.
Yeah. I don't know how we went over to hashtag movements. That's really weird. We transitioned
because we were talking about toxicity and shit.
How'd that transition then?
I don't know.
Hashtag movements are trash, though. I will agree with that. I
don't know how we got there.
They're a way for you to feel inclusive on a thing you don't actually care enough to actually be involved in.
To actually do anything about. You're just the whole thoughts and prayers thing drives me nuts. I can't stand that whole thoughts and prayers shit.
Here's my big thing. Salsky just took 2 of those Benadryl nausea things. Hashtag me too.
What?
I put that that's the extent of it. Oh shit, I got drugged by fucking Larry. So now
you both took them of your own accord.
Are you
no
gonna
one
put
forced
hashtag
you
me
to take
too?
them.
No.
Since he molested me?
No.
Larry has touched me inappropriately before.
I
Yeah,
Hashtag me
so have I.
That's a fucked up thing. We're not going to get too into politics, but yeah. Hashtag me too applies to me. I've been touched by another man inappropriately that I've said no multiple times to and tried to jump away from.
You were literally involved with that Facebook thread with that neo-Nazi feminist that I was talking to.
I liked one comment you had.
Did you see that?
Yeah, you were involved.
I was involved. I liked one comment where Larry made a good.
In that
but that was like 30 threads down, so you had to have read most of it.
It was in the literal section that I saw.
Oh my god! Go back and read it, because you're gonna feel real bad for being affiliated with it.
That's funny. So, Salsky, this is actually a conversation piece for you. I have 3 more conversation pieces. One of them's really short. This one's actually going to be a little bit longer. Or this one actually might be short, but I'm interested to see your opinion on this. The Call of Duty name, for all intensive purposes, has been fucked for a little while now. Do you think that World War II, the new COD, will pull them out of that hole, or do you think they're tarnished indefinitely?
Oh, it's tarnished indefinitely. No matter how good of a game they put out, the only reason I like playing Call of Duty is because I like twitchy shooters.
Okay.
That's legit what it comes down to, and they're just the twitchy shooter.
See, I don't mind them at all. I don't mind them at all.
It's sure,
that's I had nothing really to add to that.
It's I don't play them for the story, so the story could be as bad as it wants to be. That's not why I play it.
Yeah.
I just play it for the multiplayer, and the multiplayer for this game is good. It's plain simple. It's good, but people are just gonna go, "Oh, it's just Call of Duty." It's yeah, it's Call of Duty.
That's what you bought it for. Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, my problem with that is
they tried to do a whole bunch of new stuff with jetpacks and shit.
Yeah,
and people didn't like it. So it's they're just gonna go, okay, we're just gonna go back to what worked.
To the roots.
But it's not gonna work. People look at that franchise the way people look at Madden now, where they just their eyes glaze over when people talk about it. Just oh Christ, another one.
Or Assassin's Creed.
The only reason.
Or Assassin's Creed.
The only reason I even brought this up is World War II seems to be garnishing a lot of talk, a lot of articles that are talking about how great it is this time around.
Right.
So
you notice how that always works?
Not really, because even Ghosts had a really shitty review cycle. I remember that.
Well, review cycle, but the hype cycle.
But even beforehand, I remember Ghosts had a shitty kind of meh, who gives a fuck. Black Ops 3, everyone fucking hated it because of the augmentations immediately. Advanced Warfare, everyone's oh, what the fuck is this garbage?
Yeah, but that was the community. The journalists and shit were a whole different story. They're oh yeah, this is fucking amazing, jetpacks and shit. Well, and then it came out and they're oh yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. More
so many
people,
within it. Most of the reviews, when you look at those, they review the single player.
Yeah.
Because what are they gonna do? Jump into a multiplayer match and go, man, I can't wait to play multiplayer with the 2 other people who are reviewing this right now.
But game journalists, I understand that because they can't really review multiplayer until after it's out. But at the same time,
they're literally looking at purely the campaign, which is not the focus
never
of
good.
Call of Duty.
No, Call of Duty's never had a good campaign.
I don't know.
Black Ops.
From what I've been seeing and from what I've been hearing a lot, because I don't really try and follow Call of Duty, this one I think might pull them out this year. I think it might put them in good graces for the next game, but I don't think people realize that it's also 3 different fucking studios working on every
I think
Call
it's going to
Duty.
get so many Battlefield 1 comparisons that it's not going to matter how good it is.
So see, the thing with Battlefield 1 is that it was so popular when it first came out, and now it's dead.
Yeah, no one
PUBG.
talks about it. Yeah.
It's the same effect as PUBG.
Yeah, it's like every shooter ever.
Yeah.
But unfortunately with Battlefield,
Call of Duty has some lasting power.
Battlefield doesn't have the same
vibe.
It does not the vibe. It doesn't have the same fan base that Call of Duty does.
Yeah.
True, they're rabid.
Call of Duty it's so hard to kill it.
No, I understand that. That's
it was able to survive through Ghosts and Black Ops 3.
It's true.
It's able to survive
because they
a
sold
lot.
though. That's the thing. It's they sold.
That pre-order hype.
I don't know, man. I think this one might be the one to bring them out for a year, and if they can continue that trend of just giving, actually listening and giving them what they want again, fans, I think they might pull out. It's a doubtful situation, but I think that this one's on the right track.
It's going to do it for people who are already fans of Call of Duty. If you're already a fan of Call of Duty, this game's good, and it'll probably renew a lot of people's faith in the franchise. But it's not going to make new people go, oh man, I want to play Call of Duty that have never really played it before. There will definitely be some. Yeah. But it's not going to be that game that's oh man, I can't wait to play this now, with Red Dead.
Fair enough.
Right.
Even with Wolfenstein and the new Mario. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
That's the thing. And if you're looking at it from a first person perspective and you're just looking at the campaign story, I don't think it's going to be possible to move past the point where we are now, where you can't compare other first person shooter games to that of Wolfenstein, because if you see the way Wolfenstein's narrative is and how they flesh out characters and shit, There isn't another first-person shooter doing that right now. It's not happening. Even games that are RPGs like Destiny 2 cannot flesh out characters the way that Wolfenstein has done. It's just I'm almost halfway through the second one now, and I'm like, I don't think I can think of another first-person shooter that fleshes out characters and puts life into a game the way this game does.
Okay.
So I think from this point on, like that's gonna have to. People aren't gonna do it, but I mean,
you have to innovate.
That's
got to
be the base level. Like
you have to innovate more so for people to connect.
We can't be like, oh, well, it's better than Infinite Warfare. It's got to be like, well, no, it's not Wolfenstein, and that should be the base standard for anything at this point.
No,
because that's a single player game.
The base standard for shooters should be Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2, yeah, that's another one.
Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2 had the best shooter campaign.
It's so underrated for what it was.
Yeah, no, it really is.
I remember Titanfall 2 didn't perform well.
It didn't perform well just because it came out at a really shitty time.
That's what I mean. So it didn't perform like in the market.
It was basically just sent to die.
So what are you?
When did that come out?
Like right when Overwatch.
That was last year, right?
Yeah.
Did that win any awards last year?
Probably not. Overwatch won everything.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
So yeah, if you're gonna talk about Wolfenstein, might as well. What are your first impressions? Obviously, like there might be spoilers throughout these discussions at this point.
It's God. How do I'm trying to like walk around spoilers.
Well, just remember, we get to shit all over Assassin's Creed in a minute here.
No, can't wait. It's a great game. It gets a little muddy in the beginning. Like it's a really slow pace in the beginning, but there's a narrative reason for it.
Okay.
But it seems like they drew it out like way too long, and like
does it pay off eventually?
I wouldn't necessarily pay off. I wouldn't say it pays off, but there's a point where it finally changes the tempo up, and you finally feel like, okay, thank God, we're back to what Wolfenstein was.
Yeah.
But the beginning part, it kind of drags a little bit longer than it needed to.
Okay.
I want to say like the first 6 hours, you could have probably cut that in half and still got the same experience out of it, because it's just, there's a point where you're just like, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. Alright, yeah, I still get it. But then there's a payoff, and like things transition, and then it becomes what Wolfenstein was previously.
That's sick.
But it's a great game. I don't know how long it is. I'm like 9 hours into it or something like that.
Somebody beat it in 80 minutes already.
Yeah, I heard.
That's insane.
So it's not short.
But I've had a blast with it so far. I'm curious to see. The graphics obviously are amazing. I'm playing it for console, so like I can't get a PC elitist rating. But I know the PC's having trouble. So is Assassin's Creed. But
that's just Ubisoft PC games.
I mean, my big thing is I picked up Wolfenstein because I was super excited for it, but I've ended up playing a lot more Mario Maker right now.
Mario Odyssey.
Mario Maker Odyssey. Mario Maker of the Odyssey.
Even the person who plays Nintendo games calls this shit wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's how many Mario titles? Like, I'm bound to screw up one. But yeah, Mario Maker. It's a Mario game. That's one of the biggest things. The new hat gimmick, I'm not gonna lie, is actually pretty decent. It does add a little bit of level of depth to
I heard
some
it was
of the puzzles.
really gimmicky. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't feel gimmicky at all. It feels, if you've ever played Mario Sunshine, where you had to rely on the flood pack, or it felt very but you know how it felt kind of natural to play with it.
But I hate
the hat immediately feels like the right addition.
It fits?
Yeah, it fits perfectly in. There's nothing I'm questioning.
It's a size 7.5.
It fits right on your head. But yeah, my big thing is it doesn't. What do I want to say here? It doesn't like kind of like screw with the gameplay or anything like that. It still feels like a Mario title. It still plays like a Mario title.
It doesn't.
No, I would say it does innovate for a Mario title slightly, but nothing too crazy. Because there's a lot of like weird, complex puzzles that you have to do with some of them, with like the hat. And the cool part is even some of the boss mechanics that I won't spoil out, have you utilizing the hat and to like take over different pieces of bosses and things like that. The dual currencies are really cool. How you can have your gold coins and level specific currency that will actually progress you for outfits and different things for the Odyssey and different pretty much progressive pieces for it. Because the big thing the big thing is with the outfits, I was like, oh great, they have an outfit system. It actually makes sense because to not spoil anything, but there was a little guy in a sombrero who said, to party with us, you have to look like us. So
Wow.
I know. I already thought base Japan.
Taking a real racial line there.
So I had to go get a sombrero and a poncho.
Starting to sound like Barrett in Final Fantasy VII.
I'm gonna say I've showed you the screenshots from Police Knots.
Oh yeah, Police Knots is goofy as hell. But yeah, it for right now, because I've only made it to World 2, but I have like 64, 65 moons now. Like, it's fun, man. Like, I want to go home and play it. That's my big thing. So.
All right, well, I have 3 questions. Is Rosalind in it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think Peach is the only one I've seen so far.
How sexy is shirtless Mario?
I have not seen him shirtless yet.
Oh my god, you're failing me here.
Like I said, level 2 only.
How fucking dapper does Bowser look in that white-ass suit?
He looks medium dapper.
Medium dapper.
Medium dapper.
I'm 7 out of 10. Not dapper enough.
7 out of 10. That's a good score. No,
He needs a cigar.
Right now, honestly, I'd probably give it, with the limitations of the Switch, probably a good solid 7 out of 10 so far. But
what do you define as the limitations of the Switch?
Dropping frame rates, left-hand controller constantly disconnecting itself.
Does it play better handheld than it does connected?
No.
Because that was the problem Zelda had.
No, I had no issue with that. That was that grass texture.
So it was just shitty in general.
I am still having that disconnect error on my left Joy-Con that will randomly just, I'm running forward, and then I need to like kind of scoot back really quick. It just disconnects, and I fall. I fell off of an ice block the other day. I had to restart an entire section. So, am still having some issues with the Switch, but for its second game...
4th game if you count the other 2 in-betweeners.
For its second release...
If he counts Splatoon, whatever.
No, but for
Splatoon DLC and
for
all
a Mario
Mega
game,
Man.
it's solid. I hated the Mario Galaxy games. I was not a fan. I'm having a lot of fun with this one because again, Sunshine, and I might be looking at it through rose-colored shades. Sunshine is one of my like top games up there for like Mario. The hat gimmick works for me. So, but I mean, you can always go ahead and play like Black Guy Melting in a Desert Simulator 2017, aka Assassin's Creed Origins.
What a great segue that was.
That was no segue. That was just me.
Just trying to get to the next topic.
Yeah, just go to the next one. I like Mario, and I can talk for a while. So
I heard, what did they get released for? What all current gen platforms except for the Switch? I'm assuming because the Switch.
Because Switchy.
What, Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it came out for Xbox One, it came out for PS4, and it came out for PC, and it has systematically had issues for all 3 systems.
Damn.
All of which were different.
So, what's your thoughts?
It seems good so far.
I'm
about 6 hours.
Wait, what was that? What was the third word?
So far.
So
it seems
that's 4 words.
Terrible.
It seems good.
No, it seems good.
You said he keeps saying terrible. Am I right? It's a weird accent to say terrible.
I'm hearing garbage, but I think he said good.
One more time.
Good.
Trash. No.
Like 6 out of 10 good. Like 6 out of 100 good.
Like good. I'm really drunk, and I might take this game home tonight.
So far, it's a pretty solid 7 out of 10.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, that's about where I imagine it would land.
Yeah.
Is right in there.
Like, I've only played it for about 6 hours. The tutorial works fine. The combat feels really good.
Okay.
It's the classic Assassin's Creed jump, climb, do all that stuff. You don't have this stupid grappling hook.
I heard the movement stuff's changed. Did it change anything? I haven't played an Assassin's Creed since Black Flag. So.
Like,
was that the last game?
It's been a really long time since I played one, so it still
Unity.
feels the same, but like it controls really smooth. Combat feels really good. Like,
how's the eagle like implementation?
Perfect.
Do people's faces bug out?
Nope, not that
That's
I've seen
unfortunate.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's why they.
That
took
was
the
like
gap.
the best feature.
The only thing the only like couple bugs I've really seen in my version were like pathing for random useless NPCs isn't perfect.
Was that where we were talking earlier? Was that like where the guy kind of glitched out when he was trying to progress? Who was
that? No, we were talking about it. That was the PS4 version. During the tutorial, the guy the quest guy that was supposed to be guiding him just glitched out and stopped moving, but kept talking. So there was no progression. And then when he finally got past that point, the tutorial tooltips wouldn't go away. Like they just kept floating on the screen.
So basically, it's just small NPC like.
Yeah.
So like you get out of the tutorial area.
It's not a
and
permanent
you get led back to like the first town, and like as you're riding your camel through the first town, like people will just be walking through the street and you'll just hit them because they'll just be walking.
Yeah.
And they fall down and you go, "Why'd you do that?" It's like you could have just like made it so they just didn't walk in front of you,
or even did the GTA thing like jumping out from in front of a car type deal.
Which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
So it's a little janky on the AI, which who cares? You could deal with that. It's gaming in 2017.
But
Close
like
your eyes.
overall, the gameplay works fine. Like the RPG element of like leveling up and stuff works. The finding new equipment's fun because like, oh man, I found a bow that's better. I'm gonna try that out. Like there's,
Is it like the guild system back in it? Like, can I recruit assassins and shit?
I don't think so, considering there are no assassins besides yourself right now.
Oh, that's unfortunate because I like that system.
Well,
yeah, no,
it's-
that's
it's-
supposed to be independent. I remember of like that whole organization.
Yeah, because it's really like Origins. There is no assassin organization yet. You're literally
Oh, you're just the guy.
you're just the guy.
You're just like the first black guy to go, I want to kill some people. And you just start stabbing people, and you're like, I think I can get a job doing this.
It's the basic revenge story. They kill your son. Now you want to kill them. It's,
Okay.
It's a very.
What about your wife?
I don't think they ever even mention your wife.
A little role reversal
Not
there.
important.
Um,
So you're having fun with it?
I am having a lot of fun with it. It's really fun. As I said, about 6 hours in, like, sure, you go into the menus and you can literally hit right on the D-pad to go to the store, and it's like, hey, you want to spend money to get all these what they call like time saver packs, or it's like you can get the upgrade materials for it to be able to upgrade your stuff quicker. But I'm level 12 right now, and so far I haven't had any issues needing to get stuff.
That's cool though.
Like,
So it's balanced, but you could unbalance
like
it.
I've
Can
been able
you-
to find weapons that are good enough to kill anything. I've been able to get enough upgrade materials to upgrade anything I want. I'm not having issues with. I don't feel like I need to do anything yet. It feels a lot like what people were saying about Shadow of Mordor, where it's like it's there
Shadow of War.
for people. Yeah, Shadow of Mordor.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
Yeah,
Clever.
it's there for people who want to do it, but you could very easily go
Just
through the
ignore
entire game and just ignore it, and it very
Okay.
much seems that way.
Okay.
Can you hunt whales and sharks in it?
I don't know about whales and sharks, but I could hunt crocodiles and hippos.
That's pretty safe.
That's pretty tempting. I might like that.
So
The only thing is, I don't like the main character. He looks better with a beard. And
make him
and,
shave
and
it?
after like the very first level, they're like, shave that beard off, and I'm like, no.
damn.
The beard. Can you grow it back like Witcher 3?
I don't know.
Nah.
Beard physics.
They did have weird hair physics in Witcher.
Yeah. Fucking beard grease. You had to shave it.
All right.
awesome.
Final talking point, because we're playing 3 wildly different games. It got me thinking, like, we each are having like a pretty good time. That was a good release date. Let's point that out. Like this last Friday was a great release day for a couple different games.
Did they all come out on Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single one.
That's weird. I didn't realize that.
That was a triple A
I
day,
was confused.
literally.
I was confused like why Wolfenstein came out on a Friday. I'm like, this is an American company, well, American publisher, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Usually they release on Tuesdays, and it seemed weird that everyone released on a Friday.
It's kind of like they're just trying to kill Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, Assassin's
Maybe.
Creed and Mario's coming out. Just do your best.
Yeah, just get on in there.
So my big thing is, like for this final one, is just we have 3 wildly different games, 3 wildly different looks, styles, appeal, everything. Graphically, very
Assassin's Creed is stunning.
well. So graphically, very drastic. And you're saying it looks stunning, but here's my big thing: are graphics at this day and age?
This is coming from the guy who loves 8-bit pixel games. Go ahead.
No.
Let me-
Are they imperative to make a game fun?
No.
No, they've never been.
No, absolutely not.
It's
Look how much fun we had with Gundam Breaker 3, and the game didn't look that amazing.
like it's
And not even all of us were playing it. 2 of us were just watching, and we had a blast with that.
It definitely helps for certain games.
Yeah.
But it's not imperative.
Do you think that some games, like, do you think that it would perform well if a game has better graphics versus not? Like, if it, I'm not even saying the retro style, because
Again, it depends on the game. Like, if you say, like, if you make Assassin's Creed, but have it have, like, shittier graphics, probably wouldn't do as well. Because half the fun of the game is just, like, going up to a really tall spot and going, look at how fucking pretty this is.
Okay.
See, but the problem, it's tough to look at it from our perspective because we all own, like, gaming. We all have gaming PC rigs, quote unquote.
We're diversified.
Laptops. But we also have consoles. But we play most of our games for consoles.
Well, I play most of my games PC.
Well,
I'd
PC,
say I would play Assassin's Creed for PC if
Well,
Ubisoft
yeah, if you
games
had a
weren't
choice, but-
actually, like,
Yeah.
you play.
No,
wouldn't
P-
just break
PC
PCs.
is 95% of my game library.
But it's one of those things where it's like the games we play, graphics aren't always important to us. We all have different reasons why we like games.
yeah.
I'm more concerned about boobs and narrative, and it's like I don't need a good graphics game to look at boobs.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, my only thing with that is you see a lot of comparisons between like, oh, here's the Xbox One versus PS4 versus PC comparisons.
You ever see like the Candyland comparison videos for stuff like that?
Well, my big thing is it's like, of course PC is always going to look better unless it's a glitched, unoptimized version. Okay, then Xbox One X is going to look right above that because it's true 4K, no texture loading or anything like that. And then the PS4 Pro. My big thing is, should your games be influenced by that? Like, should you just build a PC and have the greatest graphics of all time? It's a nice perk. Even with like small games like Rocket League, there's definitely some weird textures and things like that you don't notice that don't add a fucking thing to the game. Like, I'll be sitting there, it's like, oh, now I can see the grass, cool. Okay, now this trailer has like sparkles around it. Okay, that's cool. It's just, you see a lot of gaming elitism anymore, and it was just something I was just wondering if like it pulls down on it, because I know we briefly in one of our streams kind of talked about it, and it just kind of repurposed into my brain for this.
I think it all depends on the context of which you're looking at graphics. Like,
because I think
we played some really shit looking games before, and
Nox Time War.
And it's like Nox Time War is a good example, but it was a fun game. It was short. It was short enough to not drag on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, all the walls were brown. You know, you could have did something with that.
I think the big thing we need to get past as gamers in general, as a community of gamers, is we need to get past the graphics elitism, because honestly, we're always going to be limited by the hardware. I think that we should always push companies to work harder, because if it looks like they half-assed it on a modern system and it's supposed to be cutting edge, I think then go for it. But then you have games like Last Night, which is that pixel 3D kind of blend to it that looks freaking beautiful.
I think if you're making this argument about how good games look, you can't take like pixel and retro looking games into that same equation.
Yeah, you can't.
Because they're not trying.
Because that's an art style and they're not trying to. Like, you literally have to look at only AAA games that are trying to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, if you like Assassin's Creed, the game looks gorgeous. If you're saying like, okay, would Assassin's Creed do as well if it didn't look as good? No, it wouldn't.
So even like that, like
and like you could say like, yeah, get past it, but it's like, no, they should probably do that.
Yeah, because my big thing is like, even with like to go to the new games we've been playing, like Mario, like AAA game, amazingly fun. It's supposed to look pretty good, but not amazing. And I still like, I'm having a lot of fun. I don't think it influences me anywhere. But you see people every time like, oh yeah, you can stick with your kids' graphics games, blah 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 blah. And I think that's just I think that's a moot argument, because even at this point, we're looking at shit tier graphics compared to what we will have in the future.
Right. Mm-hmm. And like, once again, that like the whole like graphics elitism and like PC elitism and console plebs and stuff like that all comes right back around to fucking the whole bullying tactics. Like, there's no valid reason for you to hate something, so you're just like, well, the graphics suck. And it's like, well, that's not a valid argument.
Yeah.
And it all comes back down to personal taste. It all comes down to preference.
Oh, definitely. I think that's the big thing with games, is that there's so much preference that we get into these like circular arguments where it's like PS4, Xbox, PS4, Xbox, PS4, Xbox, PC. Just that one guy yelling in the comment section, I got a PC! Shut up! We don't have that money.
The one thing, like, I can say honestly that, like, Borderlands 2 is a great example, because even though it's older, it had the whole NVIDIA physics, particle physics, and stuff like that. And PC is the only thing that can pull it off. And while the PS4, the PS3, and the Xbox 360 version, they were all fine. They had split screen. They played fine. Frame rate was 30 probably.
It was good.
And it ran fine.
It was good enough.
It didn't dip. The PC version was so much more involved, because when you put those particle physics into it, throwing grenades and stuff like that, like, it picked up the environment, and it, like, when you add that kind of stuff to it and you realize that consoles can't really get there, I think that's kind of where graphics are like, yeah, Borderlands 2 is great on console and you can play it with your friends, couch co-op. That's cool. But the one thing it can't do is 60 frames per second and have amazing particle physics.
I mean, we're getting there, though. We're getting to the point now where consoles will eventually be that powerful. They might not be as powerful as the most powerful gaming computer.
If you're going to spend $2,800 on a PC.
Because no one's going to want to make a console for that much money, because then it won't sell.
Yeah. Well, it's all about market.
Well, we'll get into the war of, are exclusives even a valid, like,
no, they're not,
market? I don't think at this point, I don't think exclusives are a good thing. Unless you're coming from the first party studio, then you kind of understand why. But even at that point, I think cross-platform them and just make your money on the other platform.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of how Microsoft with Minecraft now, owning it. Just
Just everything.
Pimps it out to everything.
You would have to sell so much more of a game if you made it for only one console than if you did for all of them.
Yeah.
It's like, it's as simple as that.
Let me put it this way. Gran Turismo and what do you call it, Last of Us, I'd be more reluctant to play them if they were on PC for me. I don't want to use Shadowplay. I don't want to use PlayStation Now. I don't want to use... Or not Shadowplay. Remote Play.
Yeah. A lot of that, I mean... From my perspective, a lot of, like... I don't really care if it's console exclusive or anything like that. What draws me more to buying a console game than over a PC game is just physical goods. Like...
Collector's editions.
A lot of... Yeah, like
you and I do a lot of collector's
A lot of
editions.
JRPGs now they're getting released on Steam. Granted, it's like a couple months afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, with the latest Hyperdimension Neptunia game just released in, like, October 10th or something like that. And I think PC gets it in January, so it's a couple months delayed. They're still going to get sales. They're going to put it on discount.
But you want it when it first comes out with
but
the physical...
Yeah, I want the physical goods. I want it for a platform. Granted, the game's not going to look that much better on PC, so it's not a big loss.
If they would do physical copies for Steam games, I feel like I would buy a lot more for PC than my consoles.
Well, that's
like,
the problem.
Like even Wolfenstein. If I would have bought the
I would have bought it for
Steam
PC.
version,
If I got a physical...
I don't want to have to do discs anymore. Discs are outdated.
Mm-hmm.
If you would just give me that game, give me a physical disc, but don't make it like, or give me the physical disc,
Just give me the
but
case.
then give me a little key that just says, "Hey, here you go."
Yeah.
Give me all the physical goods, but don't... If you don't want to do the discs and stuff like that, that's fine. Just charge me $10 less.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
The only reason I really get console games over PC games, like, I would rather get most games for PC. It's just that console games, I know that I can just put the game in and it'll just
functionally
work.
work.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, it's like I don't have to worry about the Ubisoft curse with PC games. Like, it'll just work. And also, like, for the majority of the games I want to play, just the community for them is just larger on console.
Well,
True. Okay.
the thing with that is the community for a console is larger because it's an already established
It's
community.
more inclusive.
It doesn't have to build a gaming community. The gaming community is already there, and all they have to do is have the game. The other problem, like you brought that up, I just thought about it. What game was there? Was a recent game that came out, and I think it was Shadows of War actually came out, and it worked fine for most chipsets. For some reason, the 1080 chipset, the game it didn't want to work on the 1080 chipset.
That's weird.
It crapped out. It just crashed constantly, and there's stuff like that I could see why people would want to get console
They
only.
get scared away from
because
it,
it's like, I put this in my PC and maybe it'll work with my chipset. I put it in my PS4.
It's definitely.
I know it's gonna at least run in my PS4.
Except for Skyrim PS3.
Except for Skyrim PS3.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Fuck you, Bethesda.
All right, guys. That's all the topics I had for this week. Does anybody else have anything else?
No, I don't prepare topics.
Nope.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I just bring my A game. I don't need topics.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another podcast with IMBG. I am Mike. Larry's here.
I am also a Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, and Larry.
Remember, check us out on faceballs.com/itmightbegaming. Faceballs.
Oh. Yeah, because we're going to trash people's comments on there, so come do that. If you have really biased opinions about things, come on over.
Feel free to get roasted. Roasted and tag team by Larry and Mike. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for listening in. We will catch you on the stream tonight if you're listening on Monday, or we already have
Don't do this, because you fucked me up last week, because I was like, wait, what day is it?
Yeah, or we already have the stream, so.
We'll see you at some point. Bye.
Bye.
Bye!